Hi, I'm Jason Riley, and welcome to this edition of DELMARVAs Coverage Corner. Today we're diving into workers' comp insurance, specifically for security guard firms. Whether you're just starting out or have been in business for years, understanding this coverage is key to protecting both your firm and your employees. First, let's address a question. Why would a security firm think they don't need work comp insurance? After all, almost everyone with employees in Maryland needs work comp coverage, so why would security be any different? Well, here's the situation. Many security agencies rely on off-duty police officers, and in Maryland, this is a unique setup. Law enforcement officers, if able, are expected to respond to crimes or emergencies even when off-duty. If they see a crime in progress, they switch from security guard to active law enforcement officer instantly. In this case, if an officer is injured in the line of duty, their full-time employer's work comp coverage is primary, even if they weren't on the clock or in official police uniform just moments before the injury. This has led many firms to question if they need their own workers' comp coverage for these officers, thinking that if something happens, they'll be covered under another policy. But here's the critical part. Workers' comp covers more than just emergency-related injuries. Let's say an off-duty officer slips on ice while providing security in an event. They're not responding to an emergency, they're simply on security duty and had an accident. This injury wouldn't be covered by their full-time employer's work comp policy, making the secondary firm, your firm, responsible. Some firms might work with third-party vendors who manage off-duty employment and provide workers' comp coverage. If that's your setup, make sure they're providing proof of coverage. But in most cases, if you're paying the officers directly and don't have written proof of coverage from the person you're paying, you're responsible. Okay, so how do we get workers' comp insurance? There are two main routes. The first is online. Many platforms offer quick quotes and rates can be competitive. The second is through an agent. This is my preferred route. Why? Because insurance can be complex. Online platforms are fast, but it's easy to misunderstand coverage, which can lead to major issues if there's a claim. For example, I've had clients who thought they were covered only to find out their policy didn't include general liability or meet basic contractual requirements. With a qualified agent, you can get guidance on critical decisions like coverage limits, audit assistance, and classifications for your employees to ensure your firm is properly protected. Now, let's talk cost. Good news for Maryland, rates for security firms have been trending down. Most firms will see rates between 2 and 3.5% of total payroll. So if your payroll is around $100,000 a year, you're looking at an annual premium between $2,000 and $3,500. Rates vary based on claims history, and any out-of-state work might come with additional considerations or costs. Some common questions. Does it cost more for an agent? For workers' comp, the answer is no. Carriers set the rates and agent compensation is built into those rates, so whether you go direct or through an agent, the cost is usually the same. Of course, the value with an agent is the support you get throughout the policy term. Well, what if we hire independent contractors? We don't actually have any of our own employees. Great question, we get this one a lot too. If those independent contractors don't have their own workers' comp policy, you're likely considered their statutory employer and required to cover them. Always verify with an agent to avoid unexpected costs. What do you mean unexpected costs? What happens if payroll varies from that estimate? So most work comp policies involve an audit at the end of the policy term. If your payrolls are lower than expected, you could actually get a refund. If those payrolls are higher, you're going to owe some additional premium. It's essential to budget for this true-up to avoid surprises. Well, this wraps up today's edition of DELMARVAs Coverage Corner. I hope this clarified some of the unique work comp needs for security firms. If you have any questions, please reach out. We're here to help. Again, I'm Jason Riley, and thanks for joining. Until next time.
Insurance, get the attention you deserve. Save money, protection for what matters most.